What's up, race cards? It's the Yo Is This Racist podcast. My name is Andrew T. This is the podcast where I will answer whether some shit is racist or not that you write in or ask or call in. Got a special guest in the studio today. It's Friday. Oh shit, I got a special guest that has all his own effects. What's up, John
Daly? What's up, homies? Love it. Yo, Is This Racist? Is back! What's up, Friday heads?
Yes!
Yeah, we're coming at you. TGIF?
Every goddamn
It's Friday, the weekend's just begun. And M&M's chocolate candy is a part of the fun. Remember that? Saturday cartoons. Learning how to jerk off. It was great.
Wait, what? You learned to jerk off on Saturday morning?
No!
Late night.
Yeah.
Especially Friday night. So late. Sure.
All
What's up, y'all?
All the time when I was a little squire.
Call in 323-389-7223. That's 323-389-RACE. To ask a fucking question.
Well, you got 229 race? Sweet.
Yeah, that shit is hard to get.
Yeah.
That shit is hard to get. Let's just get into the fucking question.
Let's kill
I
it.
think this one's gonna be good.
Yo, is it racist to go as Omar Little or a black hero if you're white on Halloween, even if you don't do blackface?
Even if you
Yeah.
don't do blackface. Even if. I think that's the most, that question is raised. You know,
Yep.
Obviously, you'd think I would do blackface. And have a shotgun and be Omar. But even if I didn't do that,
Yeah.
is it racist?
What about if I didn't do blackface this year?
I don't think it's racist. I'm Omar. The guy has a shotgun and a trench coat. I'm
Yeah.
Omar Little.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Well,
He makes a scar on his face and he's white. That's
Yeah.
fucking great. It's not racist.
I think that's the line. Yeah. You don't need to do blackface to do like 1,000,000,000% of, your black heroes, quote unquote.
Is blackface always 100% racist? Because guess what? They do it all the time.
They really do.
On television,
It's really
every day someone does
Yeah.
blackface. They've been doing it on SNL for 30
Yeah.
years. They've been doing it, So is it racist? Let's talk about it.
Here's what I think.
It is. I mean,
Is it? Yeah. It's
clearly it is.
totally
but,
racist.
But what is the line? Because if you are playing a character
Yeah.
and you need to look an approximation of that character in reality, in the reality of the story to tell a narrative,
Sure.
and you put skin bronzer on, is that blackface?
Well, okay, but it
But
speaks to a lot of shit.
Besides the tradition of blackface,
Right.
That is horrible.
But here's the thing: it's like the SNL line, and this is like what I imagine is that don't worry, we're cool, we're not racist. It's whenever people do blackface on TV these days,
Yeah.
it's like them giving themselves an N-word pass. We talked about this earlier
Yeah.
this week. It's like, don't worry, we're one of the good ones. We'll decide whether this is okay or not. And they just fucking do it. And that's like, I think the
Yeah.
problem. The other problem it speaks to is like, just fucking hire a black actor. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah.
Is it really like so impossible to find a good Obama impression that, for instance, on SNL,
Yeah, well, I
Armisen is
mean,
the only person who could do it.
well, there was a black guy on the show. I mean, I think
Yeah.
Armisen was just better.
No, yeah,
at that point,
sure, but
No, I know what you mean. Yeah, it's
But-
weird.
but
I
it
mean, Billy
speaks
Crystal
yeah,
as Sammy Davis Jr. was
Yeah.
truly in blackface.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of upsetting. And he also had that character that was like, "Do you dig it? I thought that show. I knew that you would." Like the New Orleans guy. I mean,
yeah.
that's not blackface. I don't know what is because he's in blackface.
Yeah, to me, it's just like, yeah, there's no, even if in theory it were possible for that to be okay, and I kind of argue that it isn't, I think just by definition, it's like, it's always the person who's doing it deciding that it's okay. Or like their one black friend is like, it's cool.
Mhm.
I knew Sammy, he wouldn't have minded. Like, all right.
Sammy wouldn't have minded anything. He hung out with Frank Sinatra all the time. The guy probably called him a piece of shit every 10
But it's
seconds.
like that
You
shit
know?
still like tells every other fucking black person watching TV is that like people think blackface is all good.
Yeah.
That's what that means.
And by the way, it's totally socially acceptable in Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Indonesia.
shit's crazy.
Yeah.
And Dutch TV, I feel like that's the
I feel like Germans do it. And like that's
everyone.
It's European though.
Yeah.
It's in a different.
That is my favorite shit actually. Is when on my website I'll say blackface is wrong, and you get like Germans writing in or Dutch people or Japanese people who are like, but it's part of our culture, and it's like, yeah, that specific part of your culture is fucking racist. Like,
yeah,
you know, it's the part where you like put on clownish makeup to portray a black person.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, we don't have the same history of blackface. And it's like, well, you have a present of blackface. Like that's
is America's far more racially sensitive than any other country, I feel like. Maybe not any other country. That's kind of a huge generalization, but
you know why it is? It's because the other countries tend to be so much more racially homogenous. Because it's like Swedish people don't have a history of like hating black people.
Yeah, so they're just like
because there aren't very many black people there. Like they don't see black people.
Like South Africa.
Yeah.
That's a racially fraught situation.
That got worse.
It's a little better.
That got significantly worse. Yeah.
Yeah.
You see, like when you put them in a situation where you need to fucking subjugate the shit out of people.
Yeah.
People are racist.
But that's what we're doing. I mean, racism. They're bringing back Jim Crow.
Yeah.
You know, they're destroying the Voting Rights Act everywhere now. There's
amazing.
So much. It's the most fun. It's the most popular thing to be is racist.
Yeah,
it really is.
Well, so that's why we have fucking podcasts like this.
But yeah, you can be people, man. But if you dress like I want to be Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
do it.
No, but dress like Michael Jackson.
Just like Michael Jackson.
You wear one glove, get a fucking red jacket,
and you can be white. You can stay in whiteface because he's a white guy.
Even
at the
fucking,
end.
You know, but even fucking like you're Obama, just like put on a suit and like a little Obama pin and like do your.
What if a black guy?
Yeah.
Wants to be Van Morrison, okay?
Yeah.
Yo, I'm black.
Yeah.
I love Van Morrison.
Sure.
I'm gonna be Van Morrison.
Story.
I'm gonna be. It could happen. So this black guy loves Van Morrison. He's like, I want to be Van Morrison. He takes white, face and makes himself look like exactly like Van Morrison.
Do you know
what's up with that?
Here's a telling thing though. As someone who personally is not white, I will tell you this: every time I put on a Halloween costume, no matter what it is, it's always I'm Asian. It's always Asian X, without my input. I'm a fucking white guy.
Asian Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I put on I'm like, I'm an Asian superhero, Asian army dude, Asian, whatever. There's just like, that part sticks with you no matter what when you're not white.
But that's your identifying yourself. That's like...
No. That's not necessarily
but that's a different... So, like, what if somebody put on... what if there was a black actor who got hired to play Superman, but they wanted to make him white?
That will never
happen. It will never happen.
Fucking
so they put...
Hollywood.
This is just... Obviously, it's not going to happen.
Sure.
So, this is just... If...
Yeah.
Don Cheadle gets hired to play Superman.
Sure.
They white-face him in the most detailed Hollywood magic type of way. He looks exactly like Christopher Reeves or something like that. He plays Superman. Is that right? Because he's so perfect for the role.
Sure.
He's so Superman.
Right.
That you have to hire him because he's so great for the role.
Yeah.
Same thing that happens with black guys and white, movie stars. So is that racist?
I mean, that is the wackest ass hypothetical question.
It's the wackest. It is, but it was available to me.
No, man. Because, well, you know what? So
listen, I didn't go to an Ivy League school, right?
Accepting that, I sure did. Even accepting the premise, there's no tradition of whiteface. There's no.
So it has to do with belittling
and power. Yeah,
and power. Yeah. So it's a power struggle. So.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, that's obvious to me that that's true. I mean,
right.
I don't even know why I'm talking about this. I'm just
trying to... You just wanted everyone to imagine a
I just wanted everyone to imagine Don Cheadle. What if Don Cheadle was Superman? It would be amazing.
Yeah.
But that said, let's have a black Superman. But,
yeah.
Yeah.
But it would be... That's exactly what would happen. You cast that, it's Black Superman. If fucking Idris Elba gets James Bond,
It's called Black.
it's Black James Bond.
No, but if Idris Elba gets James Bond, it is just still James Bond because he's British. He's European.
I think
He's not gonna be. They're not gonna call it Black James.
they're not gonna call it. The people will. The world will.
Oh, James Bond's unless it's Will Smith. Then because
Yeah.
he's just not. He's raceless.
He's a crossover.
He's race. He doesn't. Nobody
Yeah.
thinks of Will Smith as being black or white. They're just like star.
You know what? Most
Star.
of the time, people don't think of Will Smith as black or white. Racists think of him as black. And you know what? I actually think black people think of him as black too. So
Yeah.
racists and black people.
Racists and black people.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone thinks of Will Smith as black. He's a black guy.
He's a star, though.
But he's a star. He transcends race. He does.
I think
He's
like
so huge.
race.
Bill Cosby transcends all race.
Yeah.
You know,
For
he's
instance,
just
yeah.
the
For
best.
instance, dressing up as Bill Cosby is easy. Put on a fucking sweater.
Yeah, I do Bill Cosby,
That's right.
not in blackface.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's very doable.
and it's not, it's a Cosby. It's racist against Bill Cosby. Specifically him.
It's a good bit. Do you want to talk about it?
Bill Cosby Bukowski. Check out the videos.
They're very funny. They're very
One funny or die.
You have to be you have to be educated in a lot of shit to get the most out of those, I feel like. I feel like those are deep.
But I feel like, oh yeah, okay.
Right?
Bill Cosby Bukowski. I feel like it's the dumbest thing ever. Like, for instance, I just made a commercial for J-Phones, Jello phones.
Sure.
You got the J-Phone line.
Yep.
And that'll be coming out soon. And, yeah, I mean,
You know what? Maybe
I'm impressed with myself that you think it's
I'm
intellectual
I'm
set.
underestimating. Well, I just think anything that spans Bill Cosby and Charles Bukowski is.
But it has nothing to do with Bukowski, real. I mean,
Oh, yeah, it
except for the
does.
fact that
Yeah, it
he's
does.
dirty.
It sure does.
But it's an excuse to do Bill Cosby and say fuck a lot.
Yeah.
That is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I like it.
Oh no, I love it.
No, I like it though.
You don't love it.
I only no. I'm giving it your goddamn Ivy League seal of approval.
Oh sweet. No, I
This is
love
the-
it.
this is
Okay,
the-
good. That's what I want.
10-year-old Ivy League reading dirty books and eating Jello.
Yeah.
I feel it.
I mean, I need that Ivy seal of approval.
Yeah.
Like,
It's just actually like a tiny picture of $50,000 that we just put on
thumbnail.
We stick on and stuff. Oh shit. Okay, so the question was about Omar Little.
Yeah.
Even
Do whatever you want.
without a blackface. Just don't wear fucking
You know what, dude?
blackface.
I got some advice for just specifically that dude. Do
Yeah.
blackface. Go out as Omar Little with a shotgun. Put blackface on. Go out in your neighborhood. Get a real shotgun. Load it. Go out in your real neighborhood with blackface. See what happens.
Yep.
Just for the guy who asked the question. Nobody else do that. It's racist.
Yeah. Fuck it. Do whatever you want. Thank you so much, John Daly.
Oh, guys, have a great weekend. Yeah, Sean Daly.
Thanks so
Thank
much.
you. Thank
This
you,
is
Andrew T.
The Yo Is This Racist podcast.
I am so happy to have been on the Yo Is This Racist podcast, and I want to thank Andrew. And check out John Daly at johndaly.com.
There you go. J-O-H.
JONDALY is JOHNDALY.com.
Almost too easy to remember.
Almost too easy.
Today's episode is brought to you by Audible. By now you've heard a lot about Audible, but there is a lot you might not know. Did you know that Audible audiobooks can be played on your iPhone, Android, Kindle Fire, Windows Phone, and over 500 MP3 players? And did you know that you can get a free audiobook and a 30-day free trial by visiting www.audiblepodcast.com/yo? Hi, what up, race cars? Welcome to the Yo Is This Racist podcast. My name is Andrew T. We're going to be doing a thing where you guys send us voicemails and ask me if something is racist. And I'm pretty much always going to tell you that it is racist. In the studio with me, I have my awesome guests, Randy and Jason Sklar, the Sklar brothers. What's that? That is not racist. That's not racist at all.
What you just The fact that you're saying, I mean, I know you implied in the fact that you said we have the Club Brothers is that all white people look alike.
All Jews. All white people in this room definitely look alike.
Pretty similar. So, but
yeah.
That being said, that's not racist per se.
Right. Oh, that's nice. Okay, good. So I have some.
You started off with a no.
Less racist on the white people.
There you go.
That's perfect so far. Perfect. Cool. Okay, let's
get to the first one.
Let's get to the first call. Let's go.
Hey, this is John from New York City. I'm wondering if it's considered racist that I'm a white guy, but I find myself almost exclusively attracted to Latino women. Oh, is that racist?
That is I love that we started.
I just love
it out the gate,
and I love that there was so much going on behind it.
Where was he? At like the Belmont racetrack? It sounded like horses were being brought up to the gates.
I think that's the cool thing about having a platform like this is that obviously maniacs are just going to immediately want to call in wherever they are. So
I don't know if that was so maniacal.
He just put in his
like,
dollar.
I'm just attracted to Latino women. I don't know. And here's the thing: is that racist? I know how you said that everything's going to come off as racist.
Yeah.
You think that's racist?
Oh no. Well, let me say this. Okay, so here's the sort of party line website take on it, and then we can have a more nuanced discussion.
Let's have the party line,
which is that when. So this sort of thing happens all the time. You hear it, I only like white women, black women, Asian women, not a lot,
dead women,
dead alive. Everyone has their line. I would say this, and I think this guy, I believe he said Sean, said it right in that mostly attracted, or you can the sort of line I think is when you get into the I only am attracted to this,
right?
I only because
then it goes into fetish, and then you're not talking about. But if you're like if he said like I want to pound them back into Puerto Rico,
right?
Then that's
racist.
Racist to me. What I felt like in that message, and if I could break it down, the message itself. There was a real sincerity to this guy. I felt like this guy was like, "Hey, man, this is what I'm attracted to. If you lined up 100 women, look, I'm going to say this. I agree with you, Randy. I think what he said is not racist. I think he is not racist. I think the reason why he feels the need to say it has something to do with racism in his family. I think there are people in his sphere that maybe don't approve of the fact that he mostly is attracted to Latino women. But I think he's a white guy attracted to Latino women. My question for him would be, why? What attracts you to? Because there are a lot of different types of Latino women.
So, well, that is the potentially dangerous part. Is that that's one of those things where you're like, when you start to generalize about
why are you attracted to? I'm attracted to Latino women because they blank.
What type of thing do you think exists about
when
Latino
I'm hitting
women?
them? Yeah,
right.
No, that's bad.
You don't
never say those things. No, you never. You should narrow it down to a person. He's like, I'm really high on J-Lo.
Yeah.
Well, if you say that, then it's less racist.
Well, I mean, that's the other thing is I think there's like no level of like. There's someone of every culture that you can find, or every race, ethnicity that you can find attractive.
Sure.
Guaranteed. Sure. Someone exists. And so it's like, I think it's like a circumstance thing, and I think it's like, if he has mostly dated Latino women, or mostly wanted to date
that may be the case. Or his neighborhood, in his neighborhood, it's predominantly Latino women. And maybe he walks by a lot of Latino women and fantasizes being and interacts with them and says to himself, all right, this is what I'm attracted to. This is what I see on a regular basis. Maybe he's really proud. I like this guy. I'm going to say it's not racist. Not racist.
I'm going to say not racist, but
glad we can have a nuance.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Thanks. We Sean from New York, officially not racist, but maybe think about the world you live in a little bit more. And thanks very much for listening to today's question. Randy and Jason Sklar. Yo, that was. Hi, welcome, race cars. It is the Yo, Is This Racist podcast. All week we have Randy and Jason Sklar, the Sklar brothers. What's up? Hey guys, how's it going? Thanks for stopping in.
It's fun to do a podcast.
So you guys do Scarborough Country. What else do you guys
do? Scarborough Country, and we just added Scarborough County, which is kind of the more bite-sized version of the show that comes out on Tuesdays to kind of get people through from Friday to Friday.
Oh, nice.
And we just finished a show on the History Channel called United Stats of America. We're waiting to find out if that's coming back. And we do a show on my damn channel called The Tweakly News, where we sort of break down the news of the week through the unreliable filter that is Twitter, which a lot of racism on Twitter.
Nice.
Oh, there's some racism on Twitter.
Just let an athlete tweet, and then I'll
Yes.
say, oh, the
Yo,
racist, that is racist. That's
it
at
is really-
mygamechannel.com.
Excellent.
Thank you. Sorry, I had to get it.
No, not at all. Sorry. Oh, yeah. I'll get all the plugs in.
We have to.
You know, it's the least
We
I
don't
can
have
do.
to. We don't have to. As Jews, we have to.
Oh, boy.
Come
Oh,
on,
boy.
don't start with it.
I can't comment on that.
I'm excited. I like this. This is really fun. This is a cool idea. I like hearing, because most of you take emails on your site,
Yep,
right?
yep.
So it's cool to actually hear people's voices
It is.
as it comes to life.
I
in
was a
whole new
little
racist
worried.
way.
Yeah,
you don't know who you're gonna get.
exactly. But there were some ugly moments in the dredges of the inbox that you guys are not gonna hear
We're not gonna
unless you
say-
really
although-
like the N word.
Look, if you open the door to racism, it's gonna come. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
gonna be there.
No, I'm indisputably asking for it. You can't deny that.
Well,
so,
I want to hear it. I want to get it.
yeah, let's do it.
Hey Andrew, Gabe. I'm calling about wanting to know about these videos. I don't know if you've seen them, but there's these videos, they're like these Japanese game show videos where they have people in blackface doing, like, one of them is like an Obama blackface magician. I'm not sure why he's Obama and he's a magician, but that's like the whole thing. And then there's this other one where it's like someone doing a Louis Armstrong impersonation. And I don't actually know what the Japanese history of blackface is. Like, I don't know in native Japan is what I call, that's what I refer to Japan as, native Japan. I don't know what their history is, so like I don't know, like for them, they might just be, like what's that all about? Like for them, they're just like, oh, this is just how we wanted to have Obama on the show as a magician and he wouldn't show up, so we had to make the guy look like Obama. So I don't know if you know anything about the history of blackface in other countries and whether or not that's racist. It's complicated at the very least. So maybe you should look into that.
Oh wow, that's a really thoughtful.
Yep.
Gabe, nice.
Gabe.
What do you? Well, I mean, I personally think.
So, are you guys familiar with this clip? I have it if you want to see it, or
I think I kind of.
I think I can.
Yeah, we got it.
Okay.
I
So,
kind of get it. I mean, it's pretty much. You got to ask yourself first. The first thought I had, Jen, if you felt this way, was, I know there are African American baseball players over in Japan. They play over there, and I know there's. Sure, there are like other. I'm sure there are African people who live over there, and African American people who live over there. So there wouldn't be, and probably.
Oh, yeah, we can say black, by the way. I think that's.
I'm sure there are black. I'm sure there are black actors or blacktors over there as well. Like they probably could have gotten a black actor to portray Obama.
Yep.
Or at the very least, taken a Obama mask that you can get online, or
Probably make them.
or a cutout of his face and put it up over your face. To me, it just blackface is. I'm sure it doesn't probably hold the same weight over there that it does if someone can. Yeah, now that the internet is available to the world, now that we are connected globally, you gotta check that stuff out. You better check yourself before you wreck yourself. That is a very dangerous place to be.
Yep.
People have to know that, like, if they just Google blackface, they would you would see. There would be lots of people saying, this is a no-no. We don't like this. This is racist. This used to be okay back before black people, like, had a voice in this country to where they could say, this is
It
not
was still
okay.
racist even when it was okay.
I know, but I'm saying it was okay to wrong. No.
Yeah.
You're right. I mean, I mean, it's, to me, on some level, if black people are going to see this and it conjures up images that remind them of feeling oppressed in any way, shape, or form, or being derogatorily thought of by certain people, it doesn't matter if they're Japanese. Like, they're going to be like, this is the way I feel about it here. And there's going to be outrage.
I cannot believe I'm about to do this, but I'm going to give you guys the counterpoint argument.
Please, hear it.
Which I do not subscribe to. It's kind of bullshit in my opinion. But the counterpoint argument that this, and I don't know if you've seen Zwarte Piet. Do you guys know about that? They sort of like basically blackface is like Santa Claus's little helper in the Netherlands.
Right.
And so those are the two big examples.
Black Peter.
Yeah, Black Peter. Yeah, absolutely. Of a situation where it's, there wasn't the history of black slavery. There isn't the history of Jim Crow and all that.
Right.
And so it doesn't mean the same thing. It's not meant in a bad way.
Right.
My counter argument to the straw man counter argument I just put up is that even if you accept these people at like these people, even if you accept
Their concept.
their concept, it is still basically laughing at how someone looks different than you.
Right.
Which is like sort of the best case scenario you can make is like, with Black Peter, it's like, oh no, it's not Blackface. That's just Santa Claus's slave that follows him around.
Right, and also we have this day and age, we have makeup that can make you look close. Like blackface is a super cartoonish version of that race. It's blackface. It's big lips. It's like wide open eyes. It's a big exaggeration of features.
Yeah.
So
Okay, good.
I think racist. I think it's Gabe. I think it's racist.
I like. Oh man, yeah. I was worried we would have to. We'd get into the whole conversation because I get the artistic license. Some people throw out there, but
look, I mean, if you're talking about like, and I guess you could also make the argument that like in Japan there is kabuki theater and there's kabuki makeup, and that sort of is like an over exaggeration of your features and like. The Japanese makeup of really putting white makeup on and the tradition of doing that sort of a thing is like, well, what's the difference? You're just, people aren't that white, and then you're just making them whiter. You're drawing their eyes out further, and so maybe there's a history there that they can be saying we're falling back on. But even still, you got to read. I mean, the internet's around. You got to research and say like, hey, maybe people will be upset if we
not
do
a
this.
great idea. Right. All right, guys. Thanks. Gabe and Japan. Shit is racist.
This has been an Earwolf Media production. Executive producers Jeff Ulrich and Scott Offerman. For more information, visit earwolf.com.
EarwolfRadio.com. The wolf dead.